From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White. Prime Minister Mark Carney is planning to meet with U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. tomorrow. The pair are expected to speak as they attend the final draw for the FIFA World Cup. As Canadian press reporter Kelly Malone explains, it'll be their first meeting since trade talks were paused.
They've communicated in the time since, but all trade negotiations have been on pause since October. So it'll be a critical meeting for Carney because it could get trade negotiations back rolling. And it also is a meeting where he can talk about this Canada-US-Mexico agreement that is important for trade in North America.
Trump called off the trade talks after getting angry over an Ontario-sponsored ad on American television that quoted former U.S. President Ronald Reagan criticizing tariffs. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement says the vehicles it's buying from a Canadian defense firm will originate in the United States. ICE's procurement from Brampton, Ontario-based Rochelle quickly drew criticism in this country because of the agency's alleged record of human rights abuses. Doctors are urging people to get their flu shots as cases are on the rise, especially among children. Montreal Children's Hospital infectious disease specialist Dr. Jesse Pappenberg says the H3N2 strain of the flu has mutated since the vaccine was developed earlier this year. But he says it's still wise to get your shot.
For H3N2, there still seems to be some protection, and it's worthwhile to get it for that. But also for the other components in the vaccine, the H1N1, the influenza B that tends to circulate after the influenza A season.
Hospitals are seeing more children with the flu, possibly because influenza season started earlier in November than last year. Health Canada says its decision to approve a popular weed killer will not be affected by the retraction of an influential research paper. That 25-year-old paper had concluded glyphosate is safe for humans. Environmental groups want Health Canada to pause all glyphosate sales while the health minister orders an expedited special review. Canadians might have to budget more for food next year. A new report from several Canadian universities says the average family of four will pay nearly $1,000 more for groceries in 2026. Sleep Country Canada is on the cusp of bringing back Bed Bath & Beyond.
The mattress retailer confirms it has purchased the Canadian and UK rights to the houseware brand's name and logos. It will relaunch the retailer with physical and online stores next year. The federal government's trademark registry shows Bed Bath & Beyond's Canadian and UK intellectual property was transferred from Overstock.com to Sleep Country over the summer. Overstock.com purchased the trademarks in 2023 when Bed Bath & Beyond Canada was in so much financial trouble it had to wind down. Michelle Zedekian, The Canadian Press.
This is The Canadian Press. In sports, Grey Cup MVP Trevor Harris has signed a one-year contract extension with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. He's the three-time Grey Cup champ, having previously won with Toronto in 2012 and Ottawa in 2016. John Hufnagel's bringing his heavyweight resume to the Toronto Argonauts. He'll be the team's special advisor to the head coach and general manager after 17 years with the Calgary Stampeders. The Ottawa Senators look to move up the NHL's Atlantic Division standings tonight as they host the New York Rangers. Also tonight, Toronto is at Carolina, Calgary hosts Minnesota, while Edmonton welcomes Seattle. It's a battle of second-place teams tonight at Scotiabank Centre as the Toronto Raptors host the Los Angeles Lakers. Raps enter the game 2 games back of Detroit. And Calgary's Abigail Strait continued her impressive start to the ski jumping World Cup season with a silver medal in a large hill event in Poland. She has 2 silver medals in 3 large hill events this season. From the Canadian Press, I'm Jason White.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.